This is my entire coloring collection as of this moment. I am new to coloring just for the past couple of months. Even though I've been an artist for almost 3 decades, I never knew coloring existed, and now I am completely hooked. So I kind of wanted to show you the massive collection that I have, and I am ready to buy more. That's how much I absolutely love coloring. So I have so many books to go through. So let me move them to the side because we have to start somewhere. Okay, so let's start with one of the newest books that I brought into my collection. This is the Joanna Bastard Small Victories. I have not colored anything in this book yet. Um, I don't know why. I don't know why I find this intimidating, but the other books from Joanna Bastard are not intimidating, but I'm also overwhelmed because I have no, that's not true. I have a few completed pages, but most of them are WIPs. And it makes sense because even as an artist, I have at least 35 paintings going at once. I can't help myself. So it makes sense that I have so many WIPs. So I've not colored anything in this book, but I absolutely love this book. Like, look at this. I can't wait to color these. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but so that's Small Victories, yet to color anything in it. Okay, so let's start with Rita Berman. I have a thing for oceans. I absolutely love anything aquatic. So this book was the first book I colored in, and I started with the whale on the boat down here just to see what it felt like, even though this is glossy, so it really is not ideal to color on. I realized because I watch a lot of coloring channels, you don't have to go in order. And the way my brain works is I feel like we should go in order, but I'm following my colorist heart and I'm going with what feels right. So I did not color that first. So this was the first page I ever colored. I think it's the first page I ever colored in my life. Surely somebody when I was a kid would have given me something to color, but I love how this turned out. I used, what did I use for this? Okay, see here now I'm lying. This is not the first page I colored. It's not. This is the first page I colored in a coloring book that I purchased. And this is polychromos pencils. This was my first time using polychromos pencils. And frankly, colored pencils was never my medium of choice as an artist. I was an oil painter for so long, some watercolor, some acrylic, but mostly oil. So it's a learning curve, but I love this. I love how this turned out. So I also love Rita Berman's style. This is the only book of hers I have. I do want her new book, but I don't have it. I will get it. So I know I actually considered ordering it, even though it's not the English version. I believe it's German, and I still might get it. I still might. I know I colored. Ah, okay. I love this double page spread. This was this was the second experience in a book. I just went for it. But I did this. Let me tell you what I did. It's not done either. Maybe this looks done, but it's not done to me. So both of these are polychromos pencils. I based with polychromos pencils. I have started putting some Prismacolors over the top. And this background is Neocolor 2s. This is the third experiment of me using Neocolor 2s. It's the only time it actually worked for me. And if I'm being honest, I bought the Neocolor 2s and I was like, these are garbage. And they're absolutely not. I didn't have enough color. So I did go back and I bought the full set. So I was able to get the effect that I wanted. I only just started the bubbles. They're obviously not done, but I absolutely love this spread, but I have a thing for turtles. I love it. I love her whimsical style. And let's see. I know Again, everything's a whip. Well, not everything, but almost everything is a whip. No, I started, was it in this book? I believe it was in this book. And then I'm going to show you my most colored in book here in a minute. Did I? Okay, so I didn't. I didn't do anything else. I did. This is Neo Color Twos. I practiced, and I was so worried that I was going to ruin the book, and of course I didn't. So that was my first attempt at seeing if it would work in this coloring book. So that's Rita Berman's Hidden Oceans. Next up, we have Hannah Carlson's Tales from the Witch's Cottage. I absolutely love this book. I love that it's a hardcover book because I color in bed. Does anybody else color in bed? I color in bed a lot. And so it's just easier. It's just easier to hold. So this was the very first page I colored in this book. And I'm a new colorist, as I said. So I'm not used to thinking about a background. Like, I don't, if you guys have tips about this, because again, the artist in me, I look at things differently because of me being a painter versus when I see things to fill in my brain, I'm thinking that's the only thing you do. But then there's the whole rest of the page. So I didn't add anything else there. And this is colored pencils. These are polychromos, which are my favorite pencils of the moment. I did use some glitter pens on it. If you can, I don't know if it's picking up on the camera. I'm really happy with how this turned out. I used some Posca white paint pen for the reflections. So that was the first. So it kind of looks like I'm doing this in order, but I promise I'm not. Then I worked on this. This is all polychromos. This is actually not done yet. Um, Again, I mentioned I have a hard time finishing things because there's so, I always want to be sure it's the best I can do. And I never want to stop. I don't want to finish. So it's not done. I don't know what else I'm going to do. I kind of want to do maybe some kind of a, like a sky, but I'm not sure. So that's not done. I absolutely love her artistic style. They're such fun and like, why did I not color this in October? I don't know. I love her witches. So I have another page in here. This is a beautiful page. I love it. This is the only Hannah Carlson book that I have. I love the vibe of what I'm doing with this page. This is a beautiful illustration. I really wanted to go for like a complementary color scheme to really make it pop. And again, well, actually, I don't think I mentioned that in this video yet. Some of my favorite colors are blues and purple. So I am going to put purple somewhere. Well, I do have purple on her face and in her hair. One of the tips that I have for you, friends, is use whatever colors you're using, put them everywhere. So, what I mean by that is, I'm not just putting blue here, I'm putting blue in her hair and on her face, in her eyes. I'm not just using this shade of maroon here, I'm putting it in her hair. The golden colors are also going to be throughout. That when you spread the color all around, you don't have one isolated spot with that only spot with that color. It's going to make the it's going to make your design unified. And that's such an important part of art. At least that's my opinion. So I love where I'm going with this. I really wanted her belt because I love this belt. I wanted the belt to stand out. And who else feels like we should have our belt and shoes match? So that's the vibe. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but there are two different colors to the boots. And this is about 6 layers of polychromos. I'm going to do a lot more. Um, I love layering. I'm a layerist. Is that a word? I'm going to say it is. So I'm a layerist. My Paintings would have about 40 layers at least, and they would take me 9 months to a year to do. So I'm fine with taking a long time. I love the colors on this page. I don't know if I'm going to do a background. I might not. I don't think I colored anything else in this book. No. Okay. So that's Hannah Carlson's A Tale from a Witch's Cottage. You have a beverage. I'm drinking my smoothie. I am a fan of nutrition. The next book, Cozy Winter Word Search for Adults. And this is also a coloring book. And yes, friends, this is my book. So I created this book. It was a passion project of mine. My grandson told me, he said he's really, really bad at word searches. So then of course I said, I'm going to make word search books. So that's what we did. And this is actually the fourth one because I have a collection. But I wanted to show you, I do have a completed page in this. And so this is my style has been developing as a colorist. So this was all polychromos pencils. And I was just going for very slight shading. I didn't want, honestly, I didn't want to do too much because when I'm thinking about doing word searches, I like to do the word search first and then I do the coloring page, not all the time. So this keeps me super focused because, especially this book is challenging in a good way. That then I want to kind of zone out and just enjoy the coloring process. But I love the buttons. I love the buttons. The buttons might be my favorite part. And of course, I think the snowman is so cute. I colored in all the lights. I did use a white Posca paint pen, some highlights, and I colored in the snow. So this page, this was polychromos pencils. I did use some glitter. Now, this is an Amazon printed book. I know there's a lot of hate out there for that. This is the way I'm making my books right now, and I'm very happy with it because, well, I'm able to get them out to as many people as possible in an affordable way for people. So that's kind of the vibe. So then you're like, why is there a Christmas tree on your holiday baking word search? Guess what I used on this page? Can you guess? Yes, alcohol markers. So there's a lot going on this page. I'm I'm not really entirely happy with it. I know I could have done a better job. I did so much glitter, like so much glitter. I do really like the star, and I like the plush vibe of the tree skirt. And I did make a few mistakes with this. Like I don't know if I'm the only one. I zone out so much when I'm coloring that I forget my color scheme sometimes. So one of these, I think it was this one. I think I painted it green accidentally and it was supposed to be yellow. So I did have to come back in. I think I camouflaged it pretty well. And I just used my glitter gel pen and it worked out. It worked out great. So I didn't do this word search and I should have done it first because then I colored this. This was a flop. I am new to alcohol markers and I'm so used to blending that for some reason I thought I would be able to blend more and the colors are so different. I didn't go the same shade over it to do the shadows. I went massively darker. So this did not work out, but that's okay. I do have a completed page in here that I absolutely love. Actually, I have two completed pages in here. Okay. So this is one. For this, it did not have stripes on it. I added the stripes. I wanted it to be dramatic with light. So this side it has more light than that side. And I really love the way it turned out. Um, I burnished it, burnished this page really well. And that's another thing. So alcohol markers, but I came over the top with my Prismacolors in this book, and it works beautifully. So a lot of people say that colored pencils don't work in Amazon printed books. I find they work great, especially over alcohol markers. It gives a little bit more tooth to the page, which is awesome. So, where is, let's see. This book has 84 unique coloring pages. There's two different snowmen, and I can't wait to do the other one. Where is? Oh, this is one of my favorite pages. It's one of those reindeer, and I put lights in it. I used the reindeer at Target as a inspiration. Let's see. Um, ah, there it is. Okay, this is one of my favorite pages I've done. It's all alcohol markers. I challenged myself. Actually, no, it's alcohol markers. I did come back in and use some Artex acrylic markers. What did I use them for? Did I? You know what? I didn't. I did not use acrylic markers on this. This is all alcohol markers, and I did use a Posca white paint pen just for the reflections on the lights up there. I love how this turned out. Um, I love it. I was going for, obviously it's night, and the light from within. And this is more like a wicker. And actually, this is a page I printed it out on my brother laser printer first, just to kind of see what do I want to do with it. And I did not write down the colors that I used. So out of both of these, and this is on Nina Bristol cardstock. That's what I used for this. Um, the colors are not the same. Like, I like this door better, the colors on this door better than this is little greener than this, but it's also different paper. So the paper can have so much to do with it too. But I loved coloring this because it just gave me those cozy Christmas time, a winter time vibes. And I can't wait to put a wreath on my door. I think that is, yeah, that's all I colored in this book. Next up is A Vibrant Wilds by Sarah Renee Clark. And I just recently got this book. I love this book. I love her. I love her YouTube channel. There's so many things I want to color in here, but started, I finished this one. I don't believe, oh, no, no, no. I definitely did not finish this. And it's beautiful. And again, I have a thing for turtles. And it looks like over here, you could put your own ideas for pictures. And this is the crazy part, friends. So, I'm an artist. I have a hard time with this. Just like Pictionary or games like that. I have grown children. They're, 20s and 30 years old. Um, I was the worst at something like Pictionary, or what was it? Win, lose, or draw, those games where you have to think real quick. Like, I'm a planner. So seeing this is it's triggering to me. Like, I don't know what to put there. Like, I'm going to have to really think about that before I put anything on there. Okay, so here is the page that I started. I really like how this is coming out. I was going for a color palette I usually don't gravitate to, which is more of like this pink. And I wanted to keep it so that what is the word? Like, it really pops. So all of this line work, see that I did on there, I did this with my electric eraser, my battery operated eraser. How cool is that? Like, I don't know that this right here, and I thought it was a fail because I didn't like the colors that I was using, and it was more laziness. And I'm doing this in bed again. I love it, hardcover. And I didn't have my light on, so I just had a smaller light. But as soon as I saw this the next day, I thought, wow, I love how that is coming out. So that's all I've done so far in Sarah Renee Clark's Vibrant Wilds. Okay, so this is the first book I ever colored in. The others that I told you, it was the first purchased coloring book, but this is the first book I colored in. Um, Again, this is my book, Gut Health Word Search. I am a nurse practitioner, so I love thinking about the power of healing words. And so this has a spot the difference. So all the drawings are not, there's a slight difference between, how many are there? I think there's 16 or 18 different drawings, unique illustrations, and then six different variations of each of those. Okay. And so you can see here, I took this quite literal. This is, I'm using colored pencils. It's the first set I bought. I did not even try here. I was doing this at a restaurant. My husband and I, we bring our word search books to restaurants and we do the puzzles. And he doesn't color yet, and I'm coloring as we're waiting because we love to watch live music also. So some of the places we go, we might go 2 hours ahead of time, and it is so much fun. So I am not even trying because I had no idea coloring existed. So I did this just as a very simple, I'm going to just put color on these pages, not even try to make it look like realistic, clearly. Um, no blending whatsoever. Not the book's fault. It's my fault, because this is before I even knew there were coloring YouTube channels. So this is the first spot the difference, and there are differences in each of these. Um, so you can see I did a lot of them in this book. I'm showing this because you don't have to be perfect to color. And the way that I colored in this book is fine. If that's the way you color, it's completely fine. It should be something that's stress reduction, which is the reason why I did it, why I started doing it, actually. This is another one of my books, Autoimmune Word Search. Again, I have lots of issues with my immune system, with multiple autoimmune diseases. So I want to show you. I started blending a little bit more. So not really, but if you can see here, this is an example. There's pink in here and purple. There's purple in this and blue. There's pink, purple, and blue in this. So again, I'm unifying. I have bringing the same colors in the stem. I started burnishing. Started. Okay. Again, this is very, very early on. Of course, I've only been coloring for 2 months, but this was like the day two. Not really doing a lot, really muted color palette, not really understanding the concept of coloring very well. Just doing it more for relaxation purposes. And even as an artist, because my style of painting is very detailed, I'm finding my way with these books, meaning what style do I want as a coloring book artist? Do I want thicker lines? And you can see, going back to my winter book, my style is evolving. It's thicker lines. That makes me want chocolate. Thicker lines. It's it's coming. It's growing. Is that the right word to use? And I'm always going to be honest with myself as an artist and just with you, because I'm not here to pretend I'm somebody that I'm not. Okay, I'm a human. Well, we're all humans, right? I really started layering lots of different colors in here, but no blending. I didn't know about blending. Same here, more literal. I'm taking this very literal, not even thinking about a background because I didn't know that existed at this time. And just this page here is where I first started thinking about burnishing, if you can see that. Um, but just finding my way still. This is my first attempt at using, I think that is gel pens. I saw Kira from a Pictured Purpose, one of her videos, and that inspired me to start putting these dots. So I did it again here, very early on in my journey. Okay. Um, let's see. This, I didn't finish this yet. Um, Mixing up the colors still. This I went a little bit crazy with the glitter pens, but I do like the effect of it. Okay, that's all I colored in this book. Let's just get my books out of the way. Okay, so this is my autumn word search book. It's a perfect time of year to do this. And so in this book, well, I screwed this up, but that's okay because again, this was early on. All of these books are kind of early on. So this is alcohol markers, no shading. Well, I started to, but it wasn't working because again, as an oil painter, I can layer and I can put white and I can literally take a black paint brush, fill a paintbrush with black paint on it and go straight across my painting and then I can fix it. That's the way I've done things for nearly 3 decades. With alcohol markers, you cannot do that. With watercolor, you cannot do that. With acrylic, you can. You can, depending on what type. Um, so very early on in my journey, here I used a fine liner to put some texture on the squirrel and started coloring the border on this, which I liked. Still very early on in my coloring. I believe this is Color colored pencils, and it just wasn't enough. Like I wasn't getting enough, okay, of what I was wanting. So here, alcohol markers. I did come over the top with polychromos pencils, and I did use a little bit of glitter. I really like how the pumpkin turned out, and I really like the plate. So this was one of the first successful basing with alcohol markers and coming over the top. Let me see. This also has a spot the difference in it. I think that's all. That's all I colored in this book too. Okay, Little Spooky from Coco Wyo, cute and comfy coloring book. I colored 2 pages in this book, but one of them I messed up. So the first page, and this is a completed page that I finished, was this one. I love the drawing. I love this scene, and I hadn't seen it colored anywhere else until after I did this. And I've seen it colored in beautiful ways, but I really wanted to go for a very limited color palette. And I love how it turned out. I did forget to highlight the ghost up here. So I did use my Artex acrylic markers there. So it's a slight difference than everywhere else. I love how this turned out. Alcohol markers work great in Amazon printed books, in my opinion. I considered going back in and doing more. Like I could have done some reflections, but I just left it here because it made me happy. And that's what matters. So I did start another page, but oh my goodness, can you see what I did wrong? I was loving how this was coming out. I kind of wanted this book to be more purple and green. So again, going back to this page, like I wanted to continue this here, but maybe add a few other colors. And I was doing the background blotchy on purpose because I had a vision for what I was going to do on top of it. So on this side, you see the petals. It's, it's a vibe. And on this side, I was zoned out. I had, who did I have playing in the background? I think I was watching Sarah Renee Clark's, one of her videos, a color alongs. And I accidentally painted all of these petals green, like they were leaves. And I didn't realize it until obviously I painted them all. And then I did not want to finish this page because I got pretty upset with myself. So, have you ever done that, or am I the only one? So that. That's the only pages. And now that Halloween is over, I'm going to save this for next year, rather. Next up, Joanna Basford's World of Flowers. Joanna Basford is the artist I have the most books from. I have World of Flowers, Lost Ocean, Worlds of Wonder, and small victories. And today, uh, when this video comes out, you might have already seen that video, but I have wildflowers, wonderful, wonderful wildflowers. Her newest book is coming today. So I love flowers. Okay, time for the truth reveal here. This is the only book I've ever ripped a coloring page out of. I was so frustrated and I wish I didn't do that, but it's too late now. So even though um, I love flowers and I love this book, I have not enjoyed my coloring experience in this book because I'm a perfectionist and I'm trying out all of these mediums I haven't used ever or in years. And when it doesn't go well, I get very frustrated with myself. Um, but it's a great learning experience. This is the page. I'm sorry, Joanna. This is the page I tore out, and I have no pictures of what I did. But it was a Neo Color 2 incident, which again, I was ready to throw in the towel. So after I ripped out that, I said, okay, I want to win. So I really love this concept of these little, I'm going to just call them almost like a vignette. And I don't know if I'm going to do a background. I'm doing this side in polychromos and this side in Prismacolors just to see, but I want similar colors. Like I want this to be pinks and maybe some purples. Obviously, there's blue. And I want this page to be predominantly blue with purple and pink. So pink, blue, but blended together. And I love this leaf. It's not done. Nothing here is done. Um, but I love how that's coming out. And I'm just a fan of hydrangeas in general. I love flowers. I love these flowers. Um, they're just beautiful. Okay, so I bought some oil pastels and I absolutely hated them. So I sent them back. So even though I have a wax paper protectant, I screwed up the page next to it. I did apply fixative, um, but I did something wrong. Like it doesn't feel like it should be coming off, but it is. I do love the color. I love it. But I don't love the way that this is coming out. So it does not make me want to finish coloring. What I have learned is that even though oil pastels I don't really like, I really like um, chalk pastels, which you'll see. Is that in this book? I don't think it might be in this book, but I don't think so. Okay, so in this book, see, I really like this. That's definitely something I want to color. And I love this too, but it's overwhelming because there's so much happening. Okay, all right. So this is my latest double page spread. Oh, it is in this book. So this is soft pastels. This is chalk pastels. I did not even use fixative on this page yet. This is the Artex brand. I love soft pastels. Now, I actually made my own pastels years ago, and they're somewhere in my house, but I've been under home renovation for so long, I don't know where they are. So they're packed away. So I started on this side, and with no color palette in mind, I did the background first. And I love it. And I wanted it to be simple. I'm not going for intense drama in the background because I want the flowers to pop. So this page is not done completely. I don't think. I hate finishing pages. I absolutely love these pots. This one is probably my favorite. And this one over here. I love the colors. So I started continuing it onto this page. And I'm going to do the same color scheme on this page. I had this pretty pink color that I was burnishing the top of this flower that I wanted to just start over there. So I love how this double page spread is coming out. And I know this is beautiful, completely overwhelming. I know I did. Okay. So I watched Kira from A Pictured Purpose do a only acrylic marker challenge. So that's this is just acrylic marker. And interestingly, I want each of these are going to be different. They're all I'm using a different medium in each one just to see what it looks like. As an artist, I've never liked acrylic. I went through a period where I did a lot with acrylic paint, but I much prefer oil because I like to blend. So these acrylic markers, even though you can blend a little bit, I don't love how this turned out, but I did not rip the page out. So I'm proud of myself. I applied white gesso, a thin layer here, but I haven't figured out what I want to put over it yet. Um, I may do I may do my Ohuhu alcohol markers. What's on the other side? Because I know, yeah, I would be okay to lose that page. Joanna, I'm sorry. Over here, this is Neo Color 2 background. I'm learning better how to use it in these books. It did can't tell, it did warp the page a little bit, but I wanted this to be streaky, which might sound weird. That's the way my brain works because I'm going to come back in with colored pencil and I want it to be a varied background. And I'm going to put on the screen right here. Here is a dragonfly painting that I've done. And the way that I paint is I think in terms of blur. So one of the ways, because I've taught painting classes for decades, is to squint your eyes, to close your eyes mostly, just a little bit open. So squint so much that everything is blurry. Okay. Um, what colors do you see? And put them where you see them without thinking about what you're actually painting for a shape. You just do that first. And that's the way I blocked in colors. And it was always like it was always helpful and a success for me to do it that way. So this is where I'm starting to embrace like, can I carry forward my knowledge as an artist into being a colorist? Because they are not the same. And I am a very inexperienced colorist. I'm just a baby colorist at this point, but I am willing to try and experiment, which is what it takes, right? Okay, so this is I just finished this background, and well, actually, I didn't finish it up there yet. It's not finished, but Neo Color Twos started to blend. This is the vibe that I'm going for. Again, blurry, blotchy. This page is not warped. So wait a second. Now I remember what I did. So this page, I used the Ohuhu colorless blender to to set the Neo Color Twos, and I love it. I saw Sarah Renee Clark's video she did. Is it Cat? If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I'll put it on the screen if I'm wrong. They both live in Australia, and they were. Sarah was working on her mushroom page, and Kat was working on the light lanterns page. And Sarah was using the colorless blender on colored pencils. So it was on Derwent. It was on Derwent colored pencils. So I said I'm going to use it on Neo Color Twos, and I feel like it worked great. So I'm definitely going to be trying that again. Did I do any other pages in here? No, I didn't. Okay, so that is Joanna Basford's World of Flowers. Next up, we have Romantic Country from Erie. I gotta say, I heard that she does all of these drawings with a toothpick, and I was just blown away by that. Like, I want to try that actually. I love the book. I actually really like the paper. I like that the ink is brown instead of black. Um, it's so detailed, and I actually read all of this. Like, it's very interesting to me. My brain doesn't work like this to think like this, to draw something like this yet. Maybe someday. Um, I really like it. The stuff is so little, though. Like I'm used to painting big, so it's a little overwhelming to me. I do love this, both of these pages. So I have one page that I started in this book. I love this. I'm a fan of architecture. So where's it at? And I love how she has a lot of the animals appear in multiple different scenes, and I really love that. I like the story behind this book. It's so pretty. There it is. So I am drawn to wood. I love wood, and here I'm going for a very muted, limited palette. This is so many layers of polychromos. I gotta say, I'm not 100% sure this is the best medium to use in this book. Like, I love how it's coming out, but this was so much work to get it. Like, I finally was able to burnish up here. You still see so much of the tooth coming through. What do you guys use in eerie books? Like, I'm gonna finish this page, but it could be 20 years before it's done. I am gonna finish it. I have a vision for it. I love my color scheme that I'm doing, and I am very happy with how this turned out. I'm going for that metal reflected look. So I love how this turned out. My husband was watching me do this in bed, of course, and he's like, "Wow, I love that." So I love it, but because of how challenging this has been so far, and this is hours of work, I might change the medium for the rest of the page. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. And I believe that is. Oh, I didn't even. I know I saw this page, but I feel like I'm going to need to do this for Christmas. But I need to know. Please let me know, what medium should I use. I need to know. Okay, so that is Erie's Romantic Country. I got two more. Next up, Joanna Basford's Worlds of Wonder. I got this book recently also. Like, I bought all of these books recently because I've been coloring that long. Um, I love this book. I'm not really sure how to color these because I'm not an abstract thinker. I'm a very realistic artist. And because it doesn't make sense, because it's wondrous, I don't know what I would do. Like, the tree is up here. I mean, the house is up here. They're fishing underneath the ground. Like, I guess that's the well. Okay, that kind of makes sense. I don't know what I'm going to do with these. I love it, and I also love how, again, the themes are carried. I This is beautiful. I love elephants and balloons. So this is the only page in this book I believe I have colored. It's not done. There's a lot I'm going to do with the key. I am a fan of brass. So with this, I chose a color palette that I am not comfortable with. So this was a challenge for me to work with colors I normally would never use. So these very rainbowy pastel colors are not my jam, but it works. Like, I love this bird. It's whimsical, and see how I have the orange and yellow here. It's reflected in the key, in the beak, in these feathers, in the windows, and I even have a little bit on the pots. This is how we can make it cohesive, even when the bird is such different colors than what's here. So this is a vibe I'm going for, and I really love how it's turning out. And I believe that that is there's so many pages. Like, I love owls that I want to color in here. And like, these I gravitate to. And I don't think they all have to be the same, but maybe. I love mushrooms, and I absolutely love fish, which we're going to see here in a minute. Yeah, that is, I've seen this, I've seen this page colored so many times. And I feel like I should color this for Christmas. I love this. But again, I'm such a realistic painter. Should I stretch myself when it comes to being a colorist and move outside the box? That actually might make me a much better artist if I do that. I'm thinking about it, but it's not going to be easy for me, friends. Okay, that's all I colored in this book. And the last book I have to show you. This is the book I colored in the most, and I feel like I dirtied the cover. This book has gotten so much love. Like it's there's a lot going on in this book. Joanna Basford's Lost Ocean. I started with this page. I love fish. I tried a few different things. Like in some of this, I did put some acrylic marker in some. I'm experimenting. I like the concept of the fish, of having all of these different rainbow effects. Some I like more than others. Like I really like this orange fish. I love the dimension on that one. Like here, me putting the paint pen, I don't think that that was a success because I just got those Artex markers. I haven't fully burnished. This page is not done, um, but I was really loving it. Like this. This was a very early on book that I started. Shortly after I finished, well, I didn't finish, but shortly after I started working in the books of mine that I talked about, the word search coloring books, that when I first got my polychromos working on this. So I do really like that. I don't know if you could see this. I started to put Neocolor twos and I used way too much water. I didn't use enough of this. And I was just literally scratching it on there. Instead of doing the little circles, I was doing harsh lines. So I kind of warped this page and it bothers me, but I did not tear it out. So I'm proud of myself for that. So I have this book is just it's stunning but overwhelming. Like I don't know if I'll ever color pages like this because they're just so small. I don't know. I do really love this. I have a vision for this page, but I kind of would want them to be complementary colors or maybe analogous. I don't know what I want for this, but I'm gonna do them together. Okay, so I jumped from this before it was done. I started coloring these fish. Like I love fish. And this is when I really started using my eraser to do highlights. And I figured out like if you practice enough with it, you can almost use it as paint. And I'm looking at that to bring my whites back. And I've done it a lot. And I'm very impressed with how you can bring the light back even after applying quite thick colored pencils. So I've only colored two fish on this page. Like these just, they're overwhelming to me. I don't know. And so ornamental. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not really into skulls. This is a spread I will definitely want to color. It's just I can't even imagine because there's so much going on, but I really do like it. And I love jellyfish. So I could see me coloring this at some point. Probably not going to color this or this, but I might change my mind. So I gravitate towards the fish. I did a lot of experimentation on this page too. I really love my pineapples. And, pink pineapples, it is a thing. I love the colors that I put inside of the pineapples. Um, for the fish, I tried something different with this fish. I did a lot. This was one of the first attempts at using my Artex markers. And I did a white stripe. I didn't like it. It was just too much. It was too thick. So I put some glitter pens over the top. Now I really like how that fish turned out. Um, I was kind of going for just a cohesive vibe and just really experimenting because this was so early on in my coloring journey. I'm a fan of sharks, but all of the ornamental, I just don't know. I don't know. I do really like this page. I could see me coloring that soon. Both of these pages I love. I don't know. It's so little. I've seen it colored, but they is so ornamental. I don't know. I probably don't know if I see myself coloring these either. I definitely see me coloring this, but I'm gonna need to maybe I would do each circular is a different color and maybe even using the color wheel for inspiration. So that could be fun. Okay, so I started this page and did I use water on this yet? I did. Very, very limited water. This is Neocolor 2s. Clearly, this doesn't look good, right? Because I just started it. Um, And see how I color outside the lines? This is the way my brain works. Um, I don't know what I'm going to do to finish this page, but I do like where it's going with the colors. So we'll have to see about that. And I do really like Neo Color 2s now, most of the time. I don't know. In terms of backgrounds, the soft pastel I probably like better. So this is all polychromos. And this is not the way my brain works. Again, it's so ornamental, but I really like how it's going. I had no color palette planned. I was just going with what I felt would look good in the moment, but I do really like it. I just, I don't know when I'm ever going to finish it or if I'm going to finish it. This has got so much going on. I don't know if I've seen anyone do this or completed a page. If you have, will you please share it with me? Tara Tripoli Arts, um, or is it Tara Arts? Tara Tripoli Arts. Just tag me or send me something so that I can see what you did with it. Like this is so tiny. How do you color that? I don't know. Um, I don't know. I know I've got anything else. Yeah, let's see. Oh no, that's okay. That's it. That's Johanna Basford's Lost Ocean. So, out of all of these books, what is my favorite page? I would say my favorite page that I'm working on at the moment, without a doubt, is this. My favorite. It's spread too. I love this. Like I worked on this yesterday. I was working on some of the details over here. This to me is very therapeutic working on this. It's even though we're not, this isn't the season. I should be coloring Christmas things right now, but this is making me very, very happy. So this is by far my favorite spread in my book. In the book, I almost threw away. I almost threw this away. I'm really glad I didn't. My next favorite page is what I did in Cozy Winter Word Search. It's this page. I love this. This makes me very happy. In particular, the pine cones. Um, I love it. Like this just, it makes me smile. It makes my heart happy. My next, oh, that's right. Tales from the Witch's Cottage is this page. I love this. I'm definitely going to finish this. And I'm kind of finishing the different areas as I go, which is not the way I normally work. But I'm trying something and I'm really liking how it's coming out, how dimensional it is. I love her hair. Her face is beautiful. Her shoes. So this is I can't narrow it down to one. I like the double page spread, the Christmas door, and this without a doubt. Yes. And then Rita Berman. I'm going to pick four. I love this. This spread. I am going to finish this. It doesn't. I feel like it doesn't need a lot left because what I don't want to do because this was one of the first things I did, and this was my first Neo Color two. Was it? Well, I consider this to be the first win because I went for it. And I love the speckled effect in the background. It's exactly like when I squint my eyes, like what I envision. I don't want to wait a year or 2 years to finish this because I'm just going to continue growing as a colorist. So I do want to finish this soon, but I really don't like finishing things, friends. So I would say those are my top pages. What's your favorite page that you've seen me color? What books would you recommend that I get next? Or what should I color next? If you want a buddy color with me, I'm looking for buddy colorists, buddy colorists. I would love to share. We could even consider if you're game, we could do Zoom together. And then I can even put some of you on my channel if you're into that. Um, Thanks for spending time with me today, and I'll see you very soon. Bye, friends.